This is my uncle, and he's here to tell you about his military experience.
Good morning. I'm Master Sergeant Sidney C. Tackett, United States Air Force, retired.
So, what year did you start the military?
I went into the military right after I graduated high school. I graduated from Virgie High School in 1973. I went in the military on the 30th of May, 1973.
How long was you in the military?
I was in the military 21 years and 1 month to the day I retired.
What kind of roles did you play in the military?
Well, my job in the military was munitions and explosive specialist. I did that for my entire career. I carried a top secret security clearance for all 21 years. I went to basic training in San Antonio, Texas. Went to technical training in Denver, Colorado. I was stationed in Shreveport, Louisiana, Goldsboro, North Carolina, Fort Worth, Texas, Minot, North Dakota. Those are all my stateside assignments. I was in Guam, at Anderson Air Base, Guam, for 3 different tours. I was in Korea twice, Okinawa, and I traveled to a lot of other countries throughout Southeast Asia and the Pacific.
What all did you do in Korea?
I was stationed in Korea twice. I was stationed at Cheongju Air Base in South Korea, my first tour. I was a military advisor to the Korean Air Force. I lived on a Korean air base and worked with all Koreans. It was a secure Korean base, so nobody could get on very easily. We had to have Korean ID cards. I had a couple other Americans work for me. And what we did was we worked on United States munitions, bombs, ammunition, which we stored in Korean facilities. And the Korean Air Force did all the maintenance on the munitions, and I was an advisor working for them. My second tour in Korea, I was at Osan Air Base. I lived on a U.S. Air Base, but I worked at a Korean site. Again, I was a advisor with Korean Air Force. I had 1 American working for me. We had 50-some Korean munition guys and about 50-some Korean security guarding the site that I worked at. Of my career, I spent 21 years. I spent 15 years in the Pacific and Southeast Asia. I was stationed on Guam from 74 to 79. Again, that was for about 5 years. Come back to the States for a couple years. Got sent back to Guam. I was there 4 years. Came back to the States, went to Korea, and then back to Guam again. So I had 3 tours in Guam. My wife is from Guam. Our daughter was born on the island of Guam. And if you study any world history, like Guam is a U.S. territory. Okay, there was a lot of major conflicts in Guam during World War II. And after World War II, the United States adopted Guam as a U.S. territory and ran the Guam government for 20-some years until they got fixed and set up to run their own government. Everybody born on the island of Guam is a U.S. citizen. I enjoyed all my tours overseas. I've been to Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, several islands in the Marianas Island chain. Of all the overseas tours, I enjoyed scuba diving. I've scuba dived in Hawaii, scuba dived Guam, off of Truk Island I had the opportunity to scuba dive with some Navy divers who all of us were explosive specialists. So we got to do a little bit of diving there and look at some old munitions, bombs from World War II.
Was there any wars that took place while you was in the military?
Yes, there was. I was in the latter part of Vietnam. I worked the evacuation out of Vietnam in 1975. I was in Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and I was bomb build-up supervisor for heavy bombers like B-52 bombers and B-1 bombers. We built all the bombs and put on the heavy aircraft.
Okay, thanks for letting me interview you.
You're very welcome.